easy. So I chopped that away with the knife like they said, drilled in a hole with the bit that they gave on the T-Rex package. The spacer fits right in nice, and I kept the rubber so it don't look so bad. Let me get the thing. That just kind of boop, boop, boop. So you get a little bit of a gap, but not bad. Should look like that. The other side was more difficult. Hang on, let me get that one. Because once you drill into this, they don't really explain what to do. But once you get your knife in there to get rid of some of the rubber, you'll hit the end of the throttle tube. So I wasn't sure if they wanted you to just like cut straight down past the throttle tube or what, because they give you the longer spacer, which won't go in around the throttle tube. So when you pull the handle, this whole thing wants to turn with it. So I just took a drill, big fat drill thing bit, and then went and just rimmed out all the throttle tube that's kind of there. So now this will go in and spin. It's like hitting metal on metal. So if I spin the throttle, this won't turn with it. But yeah, about to tap this thing and we'll see what happens. Okay, the tapping is working. I'm using a little bit of veggie oil on a Q-tip to get just something like some lube in there. And then I take the old reamer and then just put it in there after well, I use the spacer. Oh my God. So I put that spacer in, and then I put the other thing in, just like they say. Twist it a couple of times, and then back twist it, and twist it in some more. And then I'll take the old shop vac, and then put that in, get rid of the metal fragments in there, you know, after you take everything out. And I'll put a little bit more veggie oil in. It seems to be working. Yeah, I've never done this, but it's doing stuff. Look at that. Yeah. So the tapping in worked. I used the shorter washer over here like they mentioned, put the bar in. There's two bars that aren't the same length exactly, but the other side uses the longer, so I'm figuring the slightly longer one's gonna go over there. This one uses the shorter incline thing here, with the other one being much bigger, which is gonna go over, you know, the brake thing, reservoir. Things that to keep in mind though is I bought these double take mirrors, and the best place for this bracket to be is all the way over, but it's hitting into the nut of this, like a little aluminum screw-in nut thing, which is a bummer. But also you have your little throttle thing, your little plug-in thing there. The bottom of this bracket is like practically touching it. So if this had like a lot of force on it, especially if this was below it and this got torqued up, it could definitely be possible that that would snap and rip right out or something, which could not be good. But I put it a little bit above it. That way if something like hits from, you know, if it hits from below and it was punching it upwards, it should be good. Going down, I moved it a little further. Well, if we're looking at the bike this way, I moved it further left and angled this. The only problem with that is that you don't get a perfect fit here. But yeah, because of the double take mirror nut and because of that little throttle thing, I think that's the best it's gonna be. Okay, this one went in nice and easy. Throttle spins on its own, which is cool. This worked out well, and it's still a little bit gapped over here as well. Come on. It's still a little bit slanty, but it goes, what's cool is why I bought this T-Rex one is because it goes up over the brake reservoir and all that. There's no like other fussing and stuff. I figured you could move this over a little bit more to make that come in better, but honestly, when I went fiddling trying to move some of this other stuff down, it wasn't happening. The part of, where is it? Like right about there on the, what is that, front brake, hits this housing. I tried to unscrew these two things and see if you could move this forward and backwards, but it didn't seem like you could. So I stopped at that and just left this be a little slanted. But yeah, time to get the plastics on. And they're in. So this is with this little piece that you get extra, because you can just ride them with just this bit, but there's this little plate that you can put in. There's either the lower setting or a higher setting. I'm not sure which one I like yet, but behind there you got a lot of upper, and the other one is lower, which looks like that. It gives a little like fin here, the double fin, which looks pretty slick. This one's okay. It's like probably just for more wind protection. It looks, yeah. That one's just a little beefier. I don't know. This one's in the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. Tons of room on the levers. Even if you had stock, you'd probably be pretty good. But yeah, I got the little shorties. But yeah, seems pretty cool. We'll see how it holds up.